Today's insight is from Matt Richardson of Recognition Express. Over to you, Matt.
Oh, I apologise in advance. So I look at Keith at the timer. I've got my own timer. Don't need your nonsense. Anyway, I just thought today I'd have a chat about sort of networking in general, our groups, visitors, and that sort of scenario. So I founded 1N a long time ago. We founded it based on people not wanting networks which were super rule-based, but wanted a little bit more than networks that were super relaxed, where you never meet the same person twice and no way of doing business because you never know if you turn up next time if they'll be there. So we did a bit in the middle, and we've come up with 1N. And during lockdown, there was one choice. It was online networking or nothing. That was it. And everyone joined. Thousands and millions of people joined, and it was fantastic. But obviously, since then, we have face-to-face, we have choice, and things have changed. So really, I'm here today to speak to this lovely group about growing the group. But also, I thought I'd do a little bit as well, so there's a benefit to the visitors. So first things first, to grow a group takes a little bit of effort. And the fact that Sarah and Billy are here today and Lawrence means this group is trying really, really hard. So there's no network on the planet that can grow without inviting visitors. And there's no network on the planet that can survive without growing and getting new members. One by one, people leave, change their business. And if we don't grow, we're going to stay still or drop. And a lot of people say, oh my God, everyone keeps going on about visitors. But more visitors equals more people, more opportunities, and therefore more money. And it's funny in networking, over the 25 years I've been networking, people see being asked to invite visitors as being beaten up. And what always happens is 80-20, 20% of people work their butts off and 80% sit there and go, well, John will do it and we'll wait for him. And it's a real shame because all of us can bring people along to the meeting and all of us can benefit from those new people. So as I said, Sarah, Billy, Lawrence, it's great you're here today. This group is looking to grow, and therefore your seat, of which there's only one, is available to be full with you or someone you know. So have a think about visitors in general. Have you ever invited one? Because there's people out there who've never invited a visitor, and as soon as you mention it, they glaze over. Ugh. Have you ever invited one? And I guarantee loads of people say, I've invited them all. They're all invited. And I want you to think to yourself, right, how can I invite a visitor along to be part of this group, to be part of potential business going forward? So I want you to think about doing a completely cold post, like as cold as ice post on Facebook, LinkedIn, X, wherever you want it to be. And maybe just say, would anyone like in these categories to come along to a networking meeting? And you know what? There is a chance that someone will tag someone else in saying, oh, actually, this might interest you, John, Peter, Michael, Susan, whatever. Try that. I tell you what, the other day, I put a totally cold, and I want to talk about the benefits of cold posting in general. A couple of weeks ago, I bought a sit-stand desk, which I'm at now. Brilliant. It was 129 quid, which was one of the cheapest ones I've seen, and I liked it. I put a post on Facebook saying about my sit-stand desk. It costs 129 pounds, blah, blah, blah. I have now got 13 orders for my friend who sells sit-stand desk based on my one totally cold post. Totally cold. No one was asking for it. I just decided to talk about something. And because people know, like, and trust, they decided to respond. And I had yet another person over the weekend say, oh, yes, please. So I've given him 13 orders for desks. 2 of those orders are for multiple desks and filing cabinets, thousands. You know, all I did is I put up a cold post saying, have a look at this, thought you might be interested, here's the details. And that's exactly the same for inviting visitors. Just put a post on saying, do you know any accountants? People of Bristol, I am looking for an accountant to join my networking group on a weekly basis. There's some great business there to be had. Do you know what that takes? 30 seconds. But it's 30 seconds that could create a visitor. And then what I'll do is a couple of days later, hey there, I'm looking for a mortgage advisor or whatever. But by regularly posting, at some point, you'll hit a sweet spot and someone will go, oh, I know someone. So why don't you try that in terms of inviting visitors? More importantly, try that in terms of your business. The O in the Rio system, which is part of this network, an opportunity, I class as a cold post. Just putting a post up completely cold, saying about something, someone, some business, whatever. And I tell you what, it does create business. A plumber fitted a new combi boiler for my mum. My mum's 75, she's a widower, but she's by no means an old lady. But I put on Facebook, I said, if anyone's looking for a plumber that you would trust with your parents and grandparents, I know just the guy. And the amount of people who went, oh my God, we've been looking for someone, but I don't trust them. And I said, well, you can trust this guy. And he's got thousands of pounds worth of boiler installs because I said he's a good guy. He did mine as well. So my mum now tells her friends. So we found someone, we've told people about it, and they've gone, oh, that's great. You've seen, because what happens is you save people a job, or you catch someone right at the moment when they were thinking about it, and they'll go, oh my God, that's great timing. So in business in general, do a cold post. Talk about someone else. Invite a visitor. Talk about some part of your service you didn't know. A did you know post is often quite fascinating. Are you looking for? And also something really, really important, and this is something that people really undervalue, is the preconceptions about your business. Every business out there has a preconception, and people make up their minds. And that made up mind could stop them going any further in the journey to you. So a preconception with an IFA potentially is, I haven't got any money, I can't afford it. A load of IFAs will say, no, that's not the point. It's whatever you've got, it's making it work better. But the preconception is, can't afford it. One of my friends is a travel counselor, travel agent. And the preconception is, she's going to charge me a fee, it's going to be a rip-off. She charges no different than going to TUI. No different, but she does all the searches for you. And she said she does wedding fairs. And people walk straight past her. I said, because they think you're expensive. You need a sign saying no fees. Well, but the preconception is she's going to be expensive. Have a think about that in your business. Maybe one of your social media posts could be saying, I know what you think, but have you ever considered, but? And Sarah said about UW, I've got to think about it. I've got to think about it. I know it's crazy, but in their head, the preconception is maybe they're not as reliable as British Gas. Maybe it's a scam. Who knows what they're thinking? But it's not enough to make them go, absolutely. They have to think about it. And it happens with everything. Promotional products speak, oh, I can get it cheap online. Of course you can get it cheap online. But when it goes horribly wrong, who do you speak to? When it's not delivered, who do you phone up? Can you phone up? There's websites out there with no phone numbers and you have to go emailing. God knows where that ends up. So I want you to think about the whole cold posting in general. Think about how you can invite people to this group, to grow this group, to therefore grow your business. Weekly, daily, monthly, ask for a category, maybe that you think you would work well with. A category that maybe you share a similar database to. Like Tony in tech would share a great link with a telecoms company, potentially. Very similar, very technical people. Maybe invite someone who, low-hanging fruit, hideous saying, that you could work with. Put a cold post up. Ask regularly. See what happens. Talk about preconceptions of your business in a cold post. I know what you're thinking, but see if you catch someone right at that moment of them having that and then going, actually, I didn't realize that. That's amazing, Sarah. Wow. I didn't realize that UW were a FTSE blah, 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 blah. They might not know. We know about UW because we network all the time. Other people might think, oh, I don't trust that. I don't know them. There's a chance, isn't there? There is a chance. And then talk about other people in the group. Put a cold post on about maybe a presentation you've seen, maybe how fantastic Becca's charity is, maybe how great Tony is, maybe how Scottish Keith is, whatever. Put a cold post on about these people. Here's someone I network with regularly. I thought you might be interested in what they do. You never know. There could be one person at that point who's having a really bad time, and it just so happens that that person could solve the problem. So I think really my suggestion today is cold posting, putting a post on you wouldn't normally, putting a post because you want to, and see what the response is. Guys, you've got a great group here. There's obviously a couple not here, but let's grow the group. Let's invite visitors. Let's look at the categories, the key categories that every network has. There are certain categories that should be full. So invite them, all of you, not 80-20, but 100%. It will help. There we go. 10 minutes done. Lots of love.
Thank you very much, Matt. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, the sit-stand desk. I want one.
Lawrence, drop me a private message and I'll literally CC you into him. You buy direct, he delivers to anywhere in the country, no delivery charge. I don't make a penny, but literally it's just a case of putting you together. It's I think it's 600 by 1200. It's a nice desk, but it's great bargain as well. So drop me a PM, mate.
No worries. Also, I just noticed what it says on your on your sign behind you. I couldn't help but laugh.
Mate, when I do an expo, the amount of people who stop purely to read the banner and it starts that conversation. My logo is way down here, but that's what people see. They see that line, and that's a bit of marketing. I've had that from day one, and my franchise were like, "That's a bit fruity." I'm like, I don't care, and it's on the back of my cards, and it's always worked a treat. So thank you for that, Lawrence.
No worries.
Yeah, no, that sit down, that standing seating desk post that you put out, I was like, especially when I saw the price, I'm like, because I've been looking for a desk for ages on Marketplace for my wife, I know I would have gone for one as well if we had a little bit more space where she works when she works from home. So
luckily, this is good. This is a small one. This is really manageable. I've got my entire life on here and one button, every single thing I have, 2 screens, lights, 2 printers. Fantastic. Don't get me wrong, it's by no means a mahogany premium desk, but for the money, it's got 2 memories as well, sit and stand memory. So you just press it and it automatically goes to where you want it. Love it.
all that for 130 quid.
Matt, you don't need to sell it anymore, you know. Lawrence has already bought one.
Mate, I'm so excited, God, I just can't stop. Any more questions? Any more comments? Does any of that sort of ring true with what people have said? Keith?
Yeah, I wanted to comment to echo what you were saying about cold posting. We used to have a member, Jody, who does a similar thing to Matt. But she sent some samples. She knew I wasn't in a position to, wasn't in the market for buying at that point, but she sent some samples, some branded samples anyway. I popped a post to them online to say, hey, look what I've got. Love these, particularly like the whatever. If you're looking for branded stuff, get in touch with this person. Obviously now I'd say get in touch with Matt. And off the back of that, somebody who knows me saw that, just happened to be in the position of looking to buy some stuff for an exhibition they were doing, picked up the phone to this person because I'd recommended them off a cold post, and they ended up doing business. So you never know. A cold post, if it gets somebody at the right time, and same with networking. I loved your suggestion of posts around, I know what you're thinking, but ... I've already got scribbled down some ideas both for my business and also for networking as well. So I think that's a really good one, because as we saw with Sarah's example, there are myths out there, and if you confront people head on, or confront the myths head on, look, I know you're thinking this, but don't. Oh, never thought of that. Tell me more. Love that. Thank you, Matt. Some really good tips there.
That's right. Because you think if that limiting belief is knocked out the way, there's nothing to stop people taking that relationship, that conversation, those questions further. But immediately, if there's a block, that's it. You're absolutely done. And people, they won't even bother to carry on the conversation, because in their head, they've decided, and Keith probably knows all about this, they've decided that, not for me, thank you very much. Anyone who tries to cold call me, I'm instantly no. It could be the best thing in the world. Not interested. Not interested. So it's one of those things. So that's my challenge. Put a cold post up about something or someone, and just see if it creates something. One person is better than nothing. One lead is better than no leads. And trust me, it takes seconds, absolutely seconds. So Lawrence, if LinkedIn is not working necessarily very well for you, try something different. Try something different. I hate LinkedIn, genuinely hate it, but I've started to put some posts up because I want to like it. I want to like it, but it's so unfriendly to me as a platform. I'm a Facebook guy. All I see in LinkedIn is people with overly long descriptions about their business, trying to sound more intelligent than someone else. It just winds me up. But Facebook, I can put a picture of a cat and fit in. So, you know, it's stuff like, I don't post pictures of cats, but it's things like that. So try something different, Lawrence. Try something different. And accounting, who knows? accounting cock up, best saving you made, biggest bag of receipts, whatever. But try something totally different, and then keep going.